Hello everybody and welcome to round 4 here on the British Grand Prix in the Academy League here in Gavra Racing. And I'm joined by someone new today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Evan. I'm the new co-commentator for this Academy League. HTV Prioros just hit the barrier at this exact moment.
It's always fun to hear, starting off this, well, 5 minutes into this qualifying, as we did have a bit of trouble with the stream, but we are here now. And yeah, we are ready to rock and roll in the British Grand Prix. And this track is always a very good one for a lot of action. Hopefully we'll have a lot of action in the race. Hopefully no DNFs, because that's something you don't want to see. But a lot of clean and close race, then it'll be something good to see. As we have a few drivers at the moment. Lonely Boy on the fastest lap time of 1:29.2 at the moment. Yeah, but we're just waiting for everyone to come round and do their laps. 16 drivers in today. And yeah, I mean, last week's race was pretty exciting. I don't know if you watched it. It was quite a fun race, especially towards the end when there was the DNFs and the crashes that happened.
A few DNFs last week, alright, hopefully. Not a repeat of that today, because we want to see some good action out on the track.
Exactly, that's what we want. Yeah, and last week's race winner by disqualification points was Tim 2008, who is currently in 4th at the moment in this qualified session, and second Charged came second, who's 5th, just behind him there. Actually, they've moved down 1 place now, and the 3rd place in the bronze
there's
position.
nearly been a collision in turn 1. Sorry to cut over, but
right
Dylan has spun off through turn 1 and was nearly hit coming through there. Very close action from the driver. Currently in P8. Yeah, he's kind of causing a bit of mayhem here. Keeping up some traffic, especially that of GSY Bates. But that seems to be okay there.
It does, yes. So yeah, and Keza got 3rd place in that last week's race, and he is still leading the championship by 12 points at the moment. He's on 55 points. Kebab, who is currently at the bottom of the qualifying at the moment, who hasn't set a lap time, is in 2nd place, and Tim is in 3rd place on the same points as Kebab. So that could be an interesting battle between them two in terms of the championship. Who's gone into the barrier there?
The ultimate something or other has gone into the barrier.
I think we'll just call him the ultimate.
We'll go with that. He's come off just before Maggots and Beckett's, and a bit of a spin from him. Definitely some front wing damage. He's most definitely touched the barrier on this occasion.
Just keep an eye on him there. Looks like he's going to just come slowly back round to the pits. He must probably have some damage on his car there.
Back into the pits he does go.
He does, yes. So a few drivers on a lap time at the moment. Charge there got a 1:28.7 on the soft tyre, the red wall tyre. Very confusing now after they changed all of the colour of the tyres, but I don't know, it's what that does.
We have another spinner at Maggots and Beckett's. This time it's Lonely Boy. He's got back on the track okay, but that's corrupted his lap.
Here, Lonely Boy's only driver at the moment on a medium tyre, but I think he'll be coming around to the pits because he's done 2 laps on those.
5-second grid penalty for Oriel there. He's currently in 4th. That could definitely come in to damage his chances of a podium after good result last week.
Oh, Tim has gone fastest. A 1:28.2 there from Tim. A very good lap around the British Grand Prix here. And the man who is in 3rd place on the same points as Kebab could potentially try and get ahead of him if he can in the championship. All depends on the race though. Flying lap at the moment. Lonely Boy is not on a flying lap at the moment. Oriole has just come round down to turn 1, into a bit of a lock up there into 3. I think he won't be on a flying lap there, as so does GSY Bates. Is not sure he's on a flying lap. HTTP Pre-Pyro, that is such a difficult name to say. He's possibly, yeah, he's going to be coming around for flying lap. It won't be the fastest, but it will at least give him a time in this qualifying session.
Charged to the fastest sector 3 on his in lap, which is surprising to say the least.
Surprising, yeah. Not many drivers out at the moment.
No, the only one I can see is Oriole, who's coming down the hangar straight to. There's an in lap, but he.
It was, yeah, an in lap. Yusamaki, what do we want to name that is? He's in 7th place at the moment. He's on the soft tyre and he's on a flying lap at the moment.
Oriole's kept going. He's gone past the pit entrance, coming around the final turn. Where can he go? 5/10 down, nowhere is the answer. HTTP Pyro he's gone 1.5 quicker than his previous attempt.
Massive improvement on his
around into, and he's coming past the pit lane, and he do an improvement in 10 in this lap. And now he's hasn't gone well through that last corner. Here he comes.
And he beat his time by a second. It's just a second improvement there for Pyro. Where's on a flying lap here? We
have another spinner and Maggots and Beckett's.
Another one.
No, just a slow car. It was the pink car of Kebab.
Kebab, yes.
Just letting some lap traffic through. Now we've another spinner. It is the Ultimate. Has gone off again.
11. In second place is Yusamaki, who just put in a 128.6 and has moved himself up into second place and is on another flying lap here. So he's only 4 attempts down on Tim's, so he'll be looking to try and get into those top spots there at the top of that podium. See if anyone else here is on a flying lap.
Keza just setting up his flying lap, just heating the tyres last time as he's going to come around and start his lap. Hasn't set a time yet, but here he goes now.
Super Bounty here, just about to enter Maggots and Beckett's as he comes round. Turn 10 into 11.
The Ultimate's gone off again into turn 3, and he has held up Keza. It's gonna definitely not work out the better for Keza on this lap. Let's take a look at his sector time to see, can he improve? Well, he will improve, he hasn't set a lap yet.
Super Bounty here is coming around the final few stages of this track. Down into 16. Oh, rode the curb a little bit there as he comes round. Can he improve on his time of a 1:31? And he does by well, one second there, just over 1 second, and moves himself up into 8th place. Still waiting on a lap time. Sorry to interrupt you there, Evan. On this side, just
What? Oh no! Somebody's just taken Maggots and Beckett's in a straight line. It is Dylan. That's not a good idea for any drivers out there.
No, definitely do not take Maggots and Beckett's. Evan, let's keep an eye on Keza here, who's coming around the final few corners. The championship leader at the moment And let's see what lap time he's going to put in. It won't
Here
be
he
the
comes.
fastest.
Oh, runs a bit wide. It's P8.
P8 at the moment there.
He was held up by the ultimate coming through turn 3 as the ultimate went off for him.
So got to move out of the way for these faster drivers. Everyone's on a faster lap.
Looking like he can set another time though, of course. That was his first lap, so...
Well, yeah, usually you can do about 2 laps on those fresher, soft tyres before you just start to lose time due to tyre wear.
Lonely Boy letting Super Bounty through. That must be he's either backing up to start a lap. Oh yeah, he is on his out lap. But we have 2 yellow flags. And then Keza is out of this session.
Oh, Keza's out. I mean, that could be a big flaw in the championship though, because he's only qualified 8th place, so he's going to have to make up a lot of ground to gain big points if he wants to keep that lead, because he's only got a 12-point gap. So anybody else that's above him now can easily gain a 12-point gap with the amount of points that are given out towards the top of that table.
He's going to have a big job to do. Oh, Super Bounty was on a lap just behind him. He has run wide, just coming down in sector 3. That's the end of his lap.
Now. End of the session.
Lonely Boy coming down. Lonely Boy I was going to say coming down the hangar straight. He is not. He is only just coming into sector 2, but some lap traffic. Well, not really lap traffic, but it is Holland Campion ahead. He has finished his session, however.
Tim is on his way back down to the final few corners of the track, just entering sector 3 here, as he's on a 1:12. As he comes around these final few corners here into 17, round into 18. Can he improve on his time?
There he goes.
And he does by 8 tenths, and he keeps that lead. Can anyone up him on that time?
It's only Lonely Boy left on a competitive lap.
Only Lonely Boy left. Can he challenge with Tim at the top of that leaderboard? Tim also with a massive advantage on Kebab, who's also on the same points as him in the championship.
He's been held up.
He has been held up. Could there be penalties involved there as he does not improve?
He's been held up by... It was an AI car of Holland Campion.
It was, yeah. So maybe there won't be any penalties given out there, which is unfortunate for Lonely Boy there.
But he did make a mistake, definitely at the start of his lap. Just coming up through this section where he is currently. That's the end of the Super Bounty. No, he's not in the lap. Coming into the pit lane here. It's the end of the session, so...
That is the end of the session. Just quickly run you all through the standings here. So Tim, the man in 2nd place in the championship, has qualified first and got the podium here. Well, pole position, sorry, in Britain. Then we have Yusamaki in 2nd, Charged in 3rd, Lonely Boy in 4th, Barty in 5th, Oriol in 6th, Holland Campion in 7th, Keza, the championship leader at the moment, who crashed out in this qualifying session, is in 8th place. Then we have Super Bounty in 9th, Kebab in 10th, GSY Bates in 11th. Hey, Pyro in 12th, the Ultimate in 13th, Dylan in 14th, Cryptech in 15th there, and that rounds up this qualifying session. A very nice time there from Tim as he takes the pole position here, ready for the race in Britain.
Someone's saying, I don't know if Holland was on a hot lap. Holland wasn't actually driving the car, he was an AI.
He was an AI, yes.
So, of course, he didn't have any control over that lap, so he is not the one to blame for holding up, I believe, Lonely Boy.
Was Lonely Boy, yeah.
That's a big gap at the front, 1.2 between
1.2 seconds is a big gap, yeah. But the gap between 2nd and 3rd, though, only a 10th between the two of them, Yusamaki and Charged. Which is that's small margins.
Definitely the one to watch here is Kebab, who has a big job to do if he wants to keep this championship at the top.
Definitely,
starting from 10th, although he will be starting 9th as the grid penalty. And for an unknown reason, I'm in a car. So that's...
Did you start in a car, though, or did you spectate?
I've spectated, but I'm at the back of the grid currently.
Did you... I think I know what you did. Do you know when you join the game? Do you know what you join the game? Oh,
yeah,
hang on, 2 seconds. We will... Oh, they're on a flying lap. Yeah, when you join the game, I think you clicked ready up instead of spectate, so it's put you in a car.
Probably, yeah.
We'll sort that, don't worry.
We'll just retire. We'll just have a wall here.
Yeah, just have a wall. Find a wall, for realism's sake.
Please ignore the name in 17th if you are currently watching. He's not a driver.
So everyone just warming up their tyres, getting ready for the start of this British Grand Prix. Hopefully we have a lot of thrills on this first lap. The first couple of corners, turns 1, 2, and 3, are always mayhem at the start of this race. A lot of drivers trying to feed themselves into two high-speed corners and then into a sharp braking zone.
And another place to watch on this first lap is, of course, the Maggots Beckett's Chapel section.
And Beckett's, yeah.
Hopefully we don't get anyone straight lining it like we've seen a couple of drivers do in qualifying. That would not be good.
That would not be good at all. So Tim here, just gonna keep an eye on this man because he's leading the championship at the moment. He's going to be looking to try. He's actually second in the championship, but he's going to be looking to get out on top as Keza's only in 7th place. But Keza will try and retain his lead as much as possible as he can.
The ball is definitely in Tim's court as Keza and Kebab are both down in the lower pack. So Tim can keep a smooth drive today. That'll definitely be a good advantage going into the next round.
It will be, yes.
And here they come, forming up on the grid.
Tim needs a good start here off the line, otherwise he's good, because especially with him being on the outside line of this first corner, he needs a good start. As we start here at the British Grand Prix, are we going to see...
he's going to definitely have to watch that inside line.
He is definitely
going down the inside. Some big collisions
the lights are going to go down. And it's lights out and away we go, and it's not a bad start from Tim, but he already is being charged by Usamaki. There is a mayhem going on in the grid as Barty is overtaken. FBB is Super Bounty is overtaking Kebab. Keza's moved up one place. Tim has lost it. Tim has lost it. Nobody's managed to regain it back as he's taken the overlap, but no, Usamaki's going to try and go back down the inside here, and there's been contact at the end. There is contact at the back here with Barty, yes. I think he's contacted. Someone's gone off.
Oh, someone's gone off.
It's Kebab. It's Kebab.
Kebab's gone.
And that is Kebab so good for Tim right now.
Holland Campion is down at 17th. He's gone. He's gone.
Going on between Dylan and Oriole here, down at the bottom back of the grid. Oh, but Oriole has managed to keep his position here.
The ultimate's gone off, but we've seen him gone off many a time in qualifying.
Battle here between Usamaki and Charged for second place. He is Charged is hunting Usamaki down on these first two corners. Can he take it through Maggots and Beckett's as they go?
Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. He's gone. He's spun around. Charged.
He has, yeah, Charged has gone, but he's managed to regain, managed to join the track safely here and not managed to crash into anyone. But Keza here, a big gainer at the start of this race, especially for the championship, as he's moved all the way up from 8th to 4th here. And he's now going to be trying to hunt down Lonely Boy to try and keep that podium run going and try and get some good points here to keep Tim off of that first place in that championship. And as Charged has overtaken Super Bounty here as well into the final corners. And Barty is pit, so he has had damage there. And he has gone into the pits.
He took a tap going through turn 3. I believe it was off Pyro, but not sure.
Yeah.
But he's gone into the pits.
Kebab has also gone into the pits as well. I'm not exactly sure what happened to the Holland Campion. I'm not sure whether he
got hit off the line. I was on the grid for that point, and he got hit off the line by Cryptic, who's up in 9th. But definitely some contact of some sort made off the start.
The Holland Campion is out of this race now. The Ultimate is also coming to the pits. So these are the 3 men here who have had damage on this first lap here. Everyone else though driving smoothly, and let's keep an eye on Lonely Boy here, who is right behind Yusamaki in 2nd place as they're coming round turn 11 here, and they're going to be trying to...
Ooh, Kessa's got it all twitchy at the back, just managing to keep the car out of the barriers.
Keza will be trying to take advantage of this battle ahead of him, as Yusamaki and Lonely Boy are both battling it out.
Keza goes.
Taking advantage, and Lonely Boy is taking him round the outside. Will Yusamaki try? No, he won't. So that's Lonely Boy up into 2nd place, and Tim didn't have the best of starts, but it was an alright start, and he had a little bit of a battle, but he has kept his 1st place, and Super Bounty's overtake. Charge has gone off. Charge has gone off, but he's not.
Keza's nearly hit Charged, very close.
Very close there.
Between this pair.
It was indeed, yes. Charge was trying to just re-enter the track, and Cryptek is overtaken Dylan here, as I think Dylan went slightly off the track as well.
Super Bounty's gone miles wide at turn 3. He was off the circuit coming up to that corner.
Yeah. And Oriole will...
That's a 10-second time penalty as well.
Place.
Super Bounty's just got 15 seconds worth of time penalties in 1 corner. That's not going to help his case.
So nearly everyone here, if I just take a look at the tyres here, nearly everyone from 1st to 12th who hasn't pit started on the soft tyre. So everyone will be going to maybe lap 6 or 7 before we start to see pit stops come into play. Now whether Tim will go short or long, we don't know. Because if he pits early, he will be on the softer tyre, which means he can try and get back round. But it's always good to wait and see if something like a safety car is going to happen, because pitting under a safety car is always the best option.
Just going back down to the battle for 10th and 11th, Cryptic has nearly hit the barrier and he's just run wide coming through Chapel. GSY Bates has got the position on him, but very, very close between Cryptic and the wall, surprisingly enough.
The wall always comes into play here in these F1 races.
Oh, speaking of running wide, Yusamaki has run very wide. Through turn 3.
And he's lost quite a lot of time there because of that. So it's now allowed Lonely Boy to build up a 2nd gap over him. Which
Super Bounty's into the wall.
DRS.
Super Bounty has absolute mounted the wall there, and it kind of looked deliberate. It looked deliberate, if anything. He seemed to turn into the wall.
He's left the session as well, so it'll only be his AI driving around the track now.
Super Bounty's had enough. He did get 15 seconds worth of penalties. Oh, big dive bomb! And there's been a bit of a collision between Pyro and GSY Bates, both running wide.
Dylan is going to just overtake Super Bounty here. His AI there is kind of getting in the way of these battles. As Pyro and Bates has taken the opportunity. Bates took the opportunity there, but he's backed out of it. No, he hasn't. He's actually gone down the inside of Super Bounty.
Cryptic's off. Cryptic has just about stopped the car from going into the wall, but has spun coming through. He's going to
have to re-enter the track nice and safely there, and he has done. As someone else has gone off, it's Dylan. Dylan has also gone off.
Keza has got a penalty as he's just caught up to Charged. He's got a 3-second penalty for what looks like a corner cut, but
it's not going to be good on Keza's part.
Oh, he's lost it. He's around. Keza's around.
And Keza's gone, and he's into the wall, and he's lost wing. Big wing damage for Keza. A big blow to him in the championship.
Oh, that's a big blow, and GSY Bates is a good bit behind, but Keza has definitely definitely run wide, and GSY Bates has run wide there as well.
Super Bounty is coming to the pits here. I think he had that. I think it's just the AI there that's brought him in there after he had that collision with the wall. Yusamaki only a second behind Lonely Boy now. He's going to be trying to get closer so he can get within that DRS range.
The ultimate is gone. He's spun at Maggots and Beckett's and he's just left the session. He's 24 seconds behind Kebab, and oh, Yusumaki's got a penalty as well. Speaking of penalties,
Yusamaki does, so
that's gonna come into effect, and Tim has nearly hit the lapped car of the ultimate. That nearly got very shaky for the leader.
Tim, however, on the good side, has built up a nice 7-second gap to second place. Lonely Boys is charged, just got a 3-second time penalty there, and so is Dylan for multiple warnings.
Oriel and Keza both making a stop. Keza's been given another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's definitely just adding salt into the wound here.
It is definitely.
GSY Bates also making a pit stop, and he's also got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
I think this will be the time when we will start seeing pit stops. It's around lap 6 or 7 here on this track where you'll start to see the pit stops happening. As 3 people have pit so far. I assume that Tim will come in.
And Dylan.
Tim
and Barty's run wide.
Come into the pits in a couple of laps time, or even this lap now. He's have a nice 8-second gap there as we look further down the table. As there are a few drivers here. I'm not sure if Gavra is racing or not, but he is in 10th place. I don't think
he's AI. He's AI. You go on board with Keza. You can see there's a little X beside him.
Oh, Cryptex ran wide. Ran wide, but he's managed to come back on the track nice and safely and carry on down in 9th place. Keza's having a little battle here, but he's managed to get around.
Keza's having a little battle with Gavra's AI car.
He was, yeah. Tim's pit. Tim has now come into the pits here, Evan. So this could be so is Lonely Boy and Yusamaki. So this is where it could get interesting. Charged has opted to stay out. Now,
Yusumaki's getting time in that pit stop. Lonely Boy was definitely slow. And another thing just to note quickly is Barty is going to the end on this hard compound tyre. He's nearly hit Dylan. As Dylan comes across him. Nearly
I think they've both come into the pit. Oh no, Barty has stayed out, but Dylan and Cryptech have both also joined in the pit stops. So those top 3 there, the all top 3, Tim, Lonely Boy, and Yusamaki have all pit. They're all on the medium compound. Charged has stayed out on that soft compound tyre. Will he come into the pits now, or will he wait, is the question.
If Charged could pull out a bit more of a gap, he could possibly get an overcut done on Lonely Boy and possibly Yusamaki. He's not going to get the overcut done on Tim. He needs a lot more time. Yeah, he's not going to get it.
The gap is too small. I need at least 20 seconds, maybe even 25 seconds to secure. But Charge has come in. He's now come in. So let's keep an eye on the rest of these drivers here. As Tim is coming round. Keep an eye on this man as he is coming around these final few corners here, down into 16 and 17.
Collision, it's Kebab and GSY Bates have had a collision just after the Wellington straight. They've both touched. Don't know what happened exactly there, but I just seen the two of them go off.
Tim has now taken the lead. Can he get the overcut? Lonely Boy's coming around the final corner now. He won't get the overcut on Lonely Boy.
He's going to get it on Yusamaki, I think. Or it's going to be close anyway.
It's going to be very close.
Here we go. And he's got him. He's got him.
He has. And Charged is on the fresher tyre. Yusmaki's been out for 1 extra lap, which can always come into play here, especially on these longer tracks here. as Charge will try and now gain an advantage. But Uzumaki has DRS. Is he going to try and go for the overtake here? Is he going to try and take it down the inside? And he does so. Can he get the clean take? And he has done. It was a very good move there from Uzumaki, trying to counter that overcut there from Charged. But Charged will be coming back with some firepower, as he is on the fresher tyre by at least one lap.
And Oriel's gaining a big advantage out of this. He is really gaining up to Charged and Uzumaki because of this battle. Gained about a second and a half in this lap alone he has, because of them two battling.
That is very good for Oriel here in this race.
And this is going to help him more. Uzumaki and Charged going again.
Charged is going. He's going to take the outside route this time. Can Charge get the clean? And he does, yes. And Charge will take back that third place position. But I'm sure Uzumaki will not be having any of it, and he will want to fight back. Let's keep an eye on both of these two here as the battle for third is happening.
Lonely Boys pulled a good gap over Charge, but Charge set a fastest sector 3 that time. Was Charge setting some good pace in this mediums? We'll have to watch.
Has done, yes. So let's keep an eye on these two here as the gap has opened into a second now. Pyro's coming to the pits, so that's allowed Barty to move up. Possibly Keza as well. Yeah, Keza will move up. Crucial points for Keza there. Take any points he can get. Keza's spun, and he's gone straight across and into the barrier. It has not been Keza's day today.
Tim's got a penalty. Tim has a 3-second time penalty. Sorry to cut across you, but
alright.
Tim has got a 3-second time penalty, and Lonely Boy is a man on the charge. He has gained about half a second. Could be, but just because Tim ran wide. But I believe Lonely Boy doesn't have any penalties. I'll confirm that in a second. Lonely Boy does not have a penalty. As
no penalties.
And Keza's out. Keza's DNF'd.
Keza's gone. What a result for Tim here. As Kebab is down in 8th and Keza is now out of this race.
And it looks like he's just left because he's just, his car's just pulled to one side.
I think he has, yes.
Oh, Kebab's going very wide.
The only man right now that could even be challenging with Tim is Charged, who is in 4th place in the championship with 36 points. And him being in 3rd place now is the only man here who could potentially keep up with Tim in the championship, as there is only 3 laps to go in this race. Will Tim come out on top, or will we see a dramatic end to this British Grand Prix?
Oriel is gaining on Uzumaki.
Oriel is. I have a feeling Uzumaki has a problem here, because he's now got a 2-second gap over Charged. And Oriol is gaining on him. So, could Uzumaki maybe have a problem here?
He does have a penalty, all right, but he's still going. He set his quickest sector 2 last lap, so still seems to be having a solid pace. But Oriol is definitely going quicker. We'll take a look at his lap times. Yeah, Oriol has actually. He set 2 quickest sectors. He's just set a quickest sector right now. So sector
Oriol
2
is on the charge. And Pyro's run wide. So that's now allowed Kebab to go up. Crucial points to him as well, as he is on the exact same points as Tim.
Kebab. A lot of penalties to.
Evan, I can't hear what you're saying. You're lagging quite a lot here.
Yeah, Kebab, he does have a lot of penalties. He to be exact.
So no real battles going on at the moment. Tim's still leading this race with 2 laps to go, and then it's Lonely Boy in 2nd, Charged in 3rd, Uzumaki in 4th, Oriel in 5th, Barley in 6th, Kebab in 7th, Pryor in 8th, Cryptek in 9th, and Dylan in 10th place.
Oriel's still gaining. I think you could
Oriole
be
is
onto something.
still gaining, yes.
Could be onto something with Usmaki having a problem. He's lost too much time to what his pace was on the soft compound. 2.8 the gap.
I don't see any damage to his car, Usamaki. There's no wing damage, unless it's an internal problem. I'm not too sure. But his pace has definitely dropped off, and it's not tyre wear because he is on a lap faster tyres than Oriole. So we are not sure what the problem is with Usamaki, but his pace has definitely dropped off. Oriole actually a big gainer. Sorry, I don't know if you're there, Evan, but Oriole is actually a big gainer in this race. It's moved up 6 places since the start of this race. Cryptek moved up a full 7 as well into 9th place, but those points could be crucial for Oriole.
Has just got a penalty, so that's that place probably gone from Oriole. I was going to say Usmaki could hold on, but he's just run wide and he's just received a penalty, so yeah, not looking too hopeful from the car of Usmaki, although Oriole has made a bit of a mistake out of that corner. So
he's lost a bit of time there. A few tenths off of his time as he moves up to a 3.6 second gap on Usamaki.
He's actually getting caught up by GSY Bates, who is a lapped car, but he was steering clear of him. But GSY is catching up to Oriole now, so
he is definitely.
And Lonely Boys received a penalty as well. Oh, Usmaki has nearly hit the lapped car of Super Bounty, I believe, who is an AI in this Grand Prix, but wouldn't be nice to end your race hitting a lapped car.
It definitely wouldn't be. We don't want to be a Max Verstappen and crash into...
No, I was just going to say, we could get some action on the way bridge anyway.
A bit of Max Verstappen, Esteban Ocon action there. As lap cars and front runners collide. But it is obliged to the rules that you are allowed to unlap yourself in F1. That's the thing you are allowed to do.
And Tim's onto his last lap. He is 9 seconds clear of Lonely Boy, yeah.
Tim has had a very good race here.
He's looking good.
His start wasn't the best start I've ever seen in F1, but it was a good start. And then he got attacked by Usamaki into the first couple of corners, and then Tim just flew away. Got about a 10-second gap on those first few laps. Made a good pit stop, good strategy, and he's led this race by about 9 seconds continuously. And I think he's gonna, with this coming around on this final lap here, I think he's gonna win it. As I said, say that last time, but
Oriole is gonna get the place on Usmaki because Usmaki is a penalty, and he's now 1.6 behind. He might even get the position on track if Usmaki makes a mistake.
We'll see what happens there. But yeah, I think GSY Bates has overtaken Dylan here. They're having a battle through Marcus and Beckett, and they've hit. Dylan has now spun off. It was Bates and Dylan, and what they tried to do was have a wheel battle through Marcus and Beckett, but we'll quickly go to the race leader Tim, who has finished this race on top. Qualified pole, finished pole. Then it's Lonely Boy in second.
Oriole sent a lunge on Usmaki. He's not close enough, but that really shows the big push from. Oh, he's nearly lost it. But he does get fourth in the end from Oriole.
Charged his third. Yeah, Oriole got 4th place after those penalties. Usamaki got 5th. Bates and Super Bounty were lapped. They got 10th and 11th. We're just waiting for these final few cars to come round. But yes, Bates and Dylan both trying to go wheel to wheel through Maggots and Beckett's, which is definitely never a good idea. And as Barty comes round,
nearly did the whole race on that hard compound tyre. Of course,
yes.
The hard compound can do a lot more, but to come 6th after a collision at the start and on the hard compound tyre is it's very good from Barty.
It was a very good race on Barty. Just waiting for a few more people to come around. Kebab is come round then. He came round in 7th. We'll see what those points have done to the leaderboard. As Pyro is going to come round in 8th. And yeah, Cryptek's the last driver.
And here he comes. Oh, he's still a bit away from the line, but
he is, yes.
He went onto the hard compound tyre after his pit stop. Bad choice, as he was showing some good pace.
He was, yes. And that does it for this British Grand Prix. Just quickly have a look at the final race results here, and yeah, we'll see what that's done to the championship table.
There's Tim lifting the winner's trophy. Very, very strong race from the Dutchman today.
It was definitely,
Hold
yes.
the win.
So yeah, that was the race. So I'll just quickly run you through the standings one last time. So Tim, our race winner today, and potentially the championship leader at this present stage, in first place, and it's Lonely Boy in second, Charged third, Oriole with a managed to get that fourth place by penalties on Yusamaki, who was in fifth, Barty in sixth, Kebab in seventh, Pyro in eighth, Cryptek in ninth, and Bates in 10th, and they're all our points gainers. And then Super Bounty just out of that top 10 in 11th, Dylan in 12th, the Ultimate in 14th, Keza, who DNF'd this race, who was the championship leader, in 15th, Holland Campion in 16th place, who went out early on in this race. And yeah, it was
good race from
That was a good race.
Tim,
yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, I think that's going to do it for round 4 here on the Academy League here in Gavra Racing. And we will see you all next week. So there is no break this week. All the tracks, the next race will be next week. Which I cannot even remember what the next race is.
Yeah, we'll find that one out fairly quickly.
I wish I knew, but I don't.
We are around the French GP. Paul Ricard is next week.
Grand Prix. Interesting track.
And then the real life F1 2019 French Grand Prix. But
yeah.
The way today's race was, I'm sure we'll have a very exciting race for you next week.
We will do, and we will see you all guys next week. See you later.